Hey, Michael here from Fraud Monitor. Before we get started with today's content, I just wanted to thank you all for subscribing to the channel. I just surpassed 20,000 subs. Can't believe so many people have joined up to learn about all these scams and fraud campaigns targeting us. Please stick with the channel. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends. So today I got something nasty to show you. One of our honeypots picked up a pretty nasty phishing campaign that involves the Xfinity mobile communications company. What you're seeing here now is the fake website. And let's compare it with the actual website. Let's bring them up side by side. They're quite similar. The fake website is more simplistic. The fonts are different. You don't have the links to find your ID or create a new ID. They really are targeting people that are already customers to try to steal your account, right? And on the right-hand side, you see very similar design here. They're pretty much just stealing the official website and copying it into their own website here. A couple of differences that we have are you can't click on anything on the right? The criminals really want you to focus on giving up your email and password, so none of this is clickable. Whereas on the real site, if you click on calculate your savings, you're brought to an actual portal where you can check out your plan details and compare with your other providers. So let's pretend I received this text message or email and I open up on my phone. It's really hard to see the URL on a mobile browser, right? The URL you can see is definitely not Xfinity. You have a portion of the URL here that says login.xfinity.comcast. But this is what's known as a path. It's not the actual domain. You're not on the xfinity.com website. So it's really important that when you see these texts and emails and you suspect they may be illegitimate, you want to inspect the URL and make sure you're actually going to the official Xfinity site or whatever brand you're trying to log into. So let's log in and see what happens here. I'm just going to enter my honeypot email address, which is deep treading. And then let's go, and then let's go. So this is the second page of the portal login where they ask for your password, and you can put anything in here you want. So let's put Michael. Doesn't matter if you keep me signed in, it's all fake. Nothing works here. If you click sign in, you get a warning that your Xfinity ID or password entered was incorrect. Please try again. But at this point, the criminals have sprung their trap. And if I draw your attention to the console, you see exactly what's happening. So what they're doing here is they're packaging up your information, your username and password, and sending it to a chat on Telegram. And because Telegram is end-to-end encrypted, criminals run rampant on Telegram, on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, because those companies have no idea what's happening in those chat rooms because it's encrypted. Encryption is great for legitimate private communication. We all like it. But the problem is that there's a dark side to it because encryption also works really well for hiding criminal activity. So if you look at this, it's clear that they are sending this data to a Telegram chat room. And if we click a level deeper, we can actually see the data that's being sent. There's a couple of things that's telling us. It's telling us the name of the destination. So that first name is Lalande with a heart emoji. This is the ID of the individual that's receiving this data. It's a private chat. And the username on Telegram is lalan_car32. And then you see where the message is coming from, because when you send a message through a Telegram or WhatsApp, you have to have a source of how that message is getting into the system. So the first name of the criminal sending this message is Sodman. That's the individual's Telegram ID. It's claiming that this is a bot or a programmatic chat room. And then username is Sodman32bot. And then finally, we see the message ID of 315. This is actually an incremented identifier, meaning that the first time someone sends a message to this, it's message ID 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, etc. So I think it could be a reasonable assumption after criminals try a handful of test messages through their bot that about 300 people could have had their credentials stolen for Xfinity. Then finally, you see here now the text object, Comcast password attempt 1, email address deeptreadin@gmail, which is my address, and my password, Michael. So the criminals are sitting back on Telegram, sending out their campaigns to steal your credentials, right, through text messages, through emails, or all that kind of stuff. And they're sitting there waiting for the bot to come back and submit your credentials into their chat room. And then from there, they can do a number of things. They can log into your account. They can take over your account. They could, potentially get your credit card information that's tied to your Xfinity account. They can maybe commandeer your phone number for Xfinity, maybe perform a SIM swap attempt. I mean, there's so many things that criminals can do once they achieve your credentials. They can also take your email address and password and bundle it and just sell the data to criminal brokers on the dark web. These things happen all the time. I've seen a handful of these happen from time to time. I've seen them mostly happen with WhatsApp groups being recipients. Basically, in this case, the criminals left console logging on when they deploy their website. And so we can see exactly what's happening under the covers here and report this information to Telegram. So at this point, if a victim got this far in the scam, your username and password is now in the hands of the criminals. It's best to close out the browser, go back onto the Xfinity official portal, log in, change your password immediately, and call Xfinity and let them know that you may have been subject to a phishing scam. And they might be able to help you out with locking your account for any additional changes or things like that. The other thing that's really important to do here is to look for ways to enable two-factor authentication, right? Get a one-time passcode when you log in. I think Xfinity offers that, or really any portal. You don't want to rely on just a username and password anymore. You want to make sure you have a second factor to authenticate yourself, like your cell phone text message, or for advanced users, they have authenticator applications. The criminals are going to continue to go down this path and try to trick you, and they're going to get more clever in ways to grab your information and to take over your identity and take over your account, right? So what happens next? Well, that's basically it. This is not a real website. You can't sign in. Maybe you try to sign in again. At this point, the criminals just bring you to the official website because they've already gotten your information, and they're going to let you go to the official website and try signing in again. This is what they do. It's quite typical. So that's what I got for today. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends and family. Share the video with your loved ones. And always know before you click.